Today I effed up by losing a fight to a dead raccoon. Skull.
Skull?
As is typically, this didn't happen today, but most of it did happen this week. The first F up actually started around 2 months ago, when I came to middle school where I worked one early morning. There was a dead raccoon by the back door that most of the teachers use as well as some students. But a concerned educator, I went inside and got gloves. With the moral support of my coworkers, picked it up and tossed it into the woods by the parking lot. It is important to note here that I am an old fart and I'm fat. I discovered two things. One, dead raccoons do not throw well. They are nothing like a ball.
Wow.
And two, I suck at throwing. The raccoon only went about 10 feet into the woods. Oh well, the kids won't get to it, and something will eventually eat it, right? I should have just called animal control, but I knew the students would beat them here. I did call afterwards to see if they needed to come and get it, but they said if it was not where kids would mess with it, it can stay there. 3 days later, when I get to work, there is a rather unpleasant odor in the back parking lot near the woods. Crap. I thought something should have eaten this dead raccoon by now, but no. The smell of death is permeating the entire parking lot. After school, the smell is so bad the kids getting on the bus were complaining. Okay, I'll have to bring a shovel tomorrow to stop this. But by morning, when I go to deal with it, it's gone. The smell and the raccoon.
Bruh.
I was a bit disappointed because I was hoping to get to the skeleton, but it was gone. Except maybe not all of it was actually gone. Last Monday morning, I look over into the woods and I noticed the raccoon skull is still there. How cool. This is where the real F up begins. I decided I want that skull. Can you guess that I'm a science teacher? After I eat lunch, I grab a baggie and head off to the woods to retrieve my skull. I have 15 minutes before the kids come back, plenty of time to grab the skull and use the restroom. How wrong I was. Did I mention I'm an old and fat? Yeah, well that and unstable ground do not mix. I take 2 to 3 steps towards into the woods when I discover that a leaf-covered surface is not always solid. Sometimes it's just branches covered in leaves. As my foot went through the branches, I toppled forward into the woods, landing flat on my face. Not good, but surely I can get up, grab my skull, and still get back with the time. I surely can wash up. I grab a stick and start to stand up. That's when I discovered 2 things. One, a rotted stick really doesn't help you stand up too much. And 2, there are tons of sticker veins. As the sticks break, sticker veins pull, I go crashing back down on my foot. This time I didn't even get my hands up. I start worrying a bit now, mostly about that time, but mostly I'm also hurting too. Well, I'm down here, the skull is still intact, despite me landing on it twice. Nothing to do but try again. I pick up the skull with a baggie and wiggle.
A biggie?
Hey. And crawl to a tree. I pick a steadier stick this time, and once try again to get on my feet. My right foot is fine, but I can't move my left foot forward to get it under me. I keep thinking that it can't be broken, because it would have hurt way more than what I'm hurting. But it still won't move. Maybe it's nerve damage. Then the vines holding my foot back suddenly give way, and I proceed to fall a 3rd time, this time on my A. It's clear that I'm not going to be standing anytime soon. I did mention I'm an old fart, right? As I sit on the ground wondering, I realize nobody knows where I am. I'm off the security cameras and I don't have my phone. I'm going to be stuck here until Buses come in 3 hours, and I can shout for help. I'm bleeding from scratches, my glasses are dirty from falling in the dirt, and I'm stuck. There's nothing left to do but crawl, so I crawl through the stickier bushes, through the leaves and the branches, through whatever else is on the floor of overgrown woods, where a raccoon just decomposed. But I make it to the parking lot, then to my feet, and finally back inside, with just minutes before the kids come back from their lunch. I actually passed 2 people I knew who both said hi. When I got to the bathroom, I wondered what was wrong with them. My hair is sticking out like crazy. I have blood on my face and a mask. My jeans have blood on the knees, and both hands are bleeding. I do not normally look quite this crazy. Fortunately, 3 of my wonderful teammates are off this period. One covers my class, the other 2 get me a new hairband and some water, then start laughing when we read my button on the lanyard. Gravity gets me down. I'm bruised and sore now, but the skull looks great. I cleaned it and glued the teeth back that got knocked out back in. TLDR. One of the raccoons go from the woods. Almost got stuck there for hours.
That was a lot going on for.
All that for a skull.
Yeah, all that for a lot of nothing.
Hey, they got the skull.
I guess.
Okay, on to the next one. Or the next one. Okay. Today I effed up. Getting high while on my period. This should be interesting. So, I'm 40-year-old mom of 4, and I have extra strength periods. They last anywhere between 7 to 10 days. They last anywhere from 7 to 10 days and are so heavy that I have to wear absorption period underwear, as well as super absorption tampon that I change 1 to every 2 hours. It's not the most fun, but I've dealt with it for 30 years and I've got my system. Along with my supersized periods and come with some supersized cramps, and these can be absolutely debilitating.
Debilitating?
Yeah, debilitating.
Debilitating, yeah.
Hey, they put the R. I usually spend the first couple of days of my period cramped out on the couch with a heating pad and an endless supply of chocolate. My husband is a saint who always has been unfazed by this, and thank God, because this month was going to test our relationship to the max. It was day 3 of what turned out to be a 10-day cycle, and I was feeling some kind of way. The pain was honestly so bad I could barely walk. So my husband suggested I take an edible to try and take the edge off. He had bought back some gummies from a recent trip to California, so I grabbed one and settled in to enjoy some calm while these kids were out of school. After an hour or so, it kicked in, and I realized it was a bit stronger than what I was usually used to, especially since it has been a while since I've partaken. But I was feeling pretty mellow. The pain wasn't quite so bad anymore. I realized it was time for me to change my tampon, so I headed for the main floor bathroom. Normally I keep my supplies in a private bathroom upstairs, but I usually keep a few tampons in a discreet jar on a shelf in the main floor bathroom, so I don't have to trudge upstairs every hour. But I noticed it was empty. I called my husband and asked if he can grab a few for me to refill it, and he was happy to do so. He bought them in, handed me one, and placed the rest in the jar. I proceeded to do my business, wiping and cleaning myself. And getting ready to insert my new tampon. Now, I have a ritual which is the same every time. I open the tampon, pull out the applicator so it's halfway out, do my business, then insert. Put the used applicator back in the package and throw it away. So when I look down to grab the tampon, imagine my surprise when I realized it was empty and covered in blood. I've already inserted it. But that is weird. I distinctly remember wiping myself 2 seconds ago. Why would I be wiping myself after inserting? Why don't I remember inserting the tampon? And, oh my gosh, I must be higher than I thought. So I reached down to pull the string, and I couldn't find it. Had I wiped it up inside myself? Oh god, would I have to root in there?
No.
All I kept thinking was that this is something that only happens on Reddit.
Yeah.
I used a finger to fish around, but I could not find the string. I started to panic. There was only one thing to do. I had to call in the big guns. I made him promise not to laugh, not to ever tell anyone, and not to make me feel stupid. I proceeded to tell him the story. I was so high I accidentally lost the tampon in myself, and I needed him to get it out from there and find it. And get in there. He did. He looked and stuck half a hand inside
No.
and tried everything he could think of to get the tampon out. But we could not find it. I began to cry. I knew that we have to go to the hospital, and I was not looking forward to it. But then my husband stopped in his tracks and said, "Wait, which box was I supposed to bring you the tampons from?" I looked at him and says, "There's only one box, babe." He looked mortified. Actually, there were two. One that was full and one that had a couple in it. I stared into his soul. The one with a couple in it, wouldn't it be the chance have to be next to the garbage can, would it? And he said, "Yes, dear reader. My husband had bought me 2 used tampons because, like a good person, I closed them neatly after use, and he assumed they were new. So in my marijuana haze, I did not put 2 and 2 together until after my vagina had been violated by someone raising out of a potluck potato salad." Moral of the story: even if your husband's a saint, they can still be incompetent. TLDR: husband gave me an edible, made me too stupid to realize just how stupid he was, and we both ended up covered in period blood.
That's unacceptable. That's she need to go to the hospital regardless.
Now, what, she used 2 used tampons?
Yeah, she put 2 used tampons, so it's like old blood sitting there for God knows how long, festering in a trash can. She put 2 of them in there.
Hey,
2.
that's crazy.
I don't understand this puzzle.
Well, I guess I'll have to figure out. Wait, actually, let's see if I can solve it real quick.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Oh.
So what? Did you already put these in here?
No, those were already there. You can go back to read.
No.
You can go.
What about?
Oh.
No, the video's about to end regardless.
Okay. That's the same color as this one now. Wait. Hold on. Think about this, right? Oh.
Look, I solved it.
No. I solved it.
I solved it.
No, you came like after, like you're like later. You're late.
I want to do it now.
What are you? No, I'm
I
doing
solved it. Why are you taking my credit?
I did it. I did
Stop
it.
taking my credit.
No. Hold on, man. Hold on. No. I'm doing it. No, it's on this one. Oh. No, stop. I'm doing it.
I got it. There. It's so small.
And that's why the spider ate it.
It's just so
And that's
simple.
why the spider ate it. It's dead now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And bye, y'all.